Imagine being crammed into a small living space, not knowing if today is the day you'll be guillotined for another brain study. I implore the class to open your eyes to what's really going on in the world around you when it comes to everyday usage of products that have been tested on animals. I'm going to convince you that animal testing is cruel. The three arguments I'm going to present you with are: in what way chemical testing on animals is causing them harm, in what way pharmaceutical testing on animals is harmful to animals, in what way medical testing on animals is harmful to them. First, I'm going to tell you about chemical testing and the cruelties associated with it. Read the disclaimer. In what way is chemical testing on animals causing them harm? Millions of laboratory animals are used worldwide in tests to assess the safety of chemicals. According to Vanessa Zainzinger in a 2018 article on sciencemag.org, some tests involve rats inhaling substances, whereas others call for placing chemicals directly into the eyes of rabbits. Because many chemicals are very poisonous, the safety test can involve considerate suffering, and animals are always killed at the end of the test. Examples of chemical tests include using guinea pigs to assess whether a chemical can cause an allergic reaction, and also studying whether exposing rats and mice to a chemical over their whole lifetime causes cancer. The opposition would claim that products are only tested on animals to view the safety concerns for humans, animals, and the environment. But the rebuttal is that animals are being forced to have irritations from chemicals inflicted on them, only to be killed shortly after prolonged suffering. Next, I'm going to talk about in what way pharmaceutical testing on animals is cruel. In 2004, the FDA estimated that 92% of drugs that pass preclinical tests, including pivotal animal tests, fail to proceed to the market. In theory, this means that animals are being tortured for no beneficial reason. So, primates are the worst to go through the studies when it comes to pharmaceutical testing. According to Ali Nallrat in a 2019 article on pharmaceuticaltechnology.com, more than 90% of drugs entering clinical trials fail despite positive results in clinical animal tests. Primates, for instance, which are used for safety testing, approximately half are involved in mid to long-term toxicity studies, which entail repeated administration of the sometimes toxic chemicals. 1/3 are involved in single administration studies, and the rest are used to study the effects of reproduction and the development of other tests. After enduring a life of pain, loneliness, and terror, almost all of them will be killed. The opposition would say that because animals and humans are so biologically similar, they are susceptible to many of the same conditions and illnesses, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Using animals to test pharmaceuticals is beneficial to test how animals will likely react to the same substances that we're trying to give humans. The rebuttal is testing the effects of pharmaceuticals on animals causes them a wide reactions from horrific blisters, abscess, ulcers, and mostly death. Lastly, I'm going to enlighten you with in what way medical testing on animals is harmful to them. Animals are sometimes used in the testing of drugs, vaccines, and medical devices to determine the safety of the medical product. But what exactly do they do in these tests to the animals? According to the National Center for Biotechnology Information in a 2018 article on ncbi.gov, the focus of animal testing is on the drug's nature, chemistry, and the potential effects on the body. So animal research encompasses a wide range of biomedical and behavioral experiments. One field of behavioral research entails observing animals in colonies that simulate their natural environments. Others undergo medical procedures. Some are exposed to toxic substances until death or disability occurs. Others are killed immediately to obtain essential organs or tissues for further studies. That's rat. Although long-term survival is sometimes the goal of animal experiments, most research animals are humanely killed at some point during the research. The opposition would say that research with animals has saved human lives, lessened human suffering, and advanced scientific understanding. But the rebuttal is that the same research causes pain and distress for the animals involved and usually results in their death. These are just a few of the countless reasons that animal testing is considered cruel. I've told you in what way chemical testing on animals causes them harm, in what way pharmaceutical testing on animals is harmful to animals, and lastly, in what way medical testing on animals is harmful to them. I told you how animals are mistreated in each of these circumstances, which more than often results in death of the animals or prolonged suffering. In the future, we can almost eliminate the need for animal testing by conforming to the cruelty-free model that the majority of the world already uses. So, do you remember in the beginning of my speech, I talked to you about your upcoming brain study and how you might actually die from it? Well, clearly. Laboratory animals have no time to bond with their like species, and if they do, by some miracle, get to bond, they get to watch their friends be put to death right in front of them that they just bonded with. They are terrified from the moment they enter this world until the moment they get to leave this cruel and unnatural world that they were born into.